Hi everyone, welcome to my 26-week pregnancy vlog. This week has been so much better than last week. Obviously last week I had a bit of a traumatic experience and I was just feeling generally quite low. This week I'm feeling great. I feel like things have really turned around. We spent some time completely recharging at this amazing farm about an hour away from LA where we live. We live in the Hollywood Hills, and it took us about an hour to get there. We took all 4 kids and we stayed in this really cool sort of eco tiny cabin, which is just funny because it was like camping. There was 1 bed and a couch, but 2 adults and 4 children. So we just kind of made it work. I had to make a bed out of towels and robes and sheets and blankets for Forrest. And we were up on the loft area, and then Isaac and Bodhi shared a couch, and it was very close quarters, but it was fun. Hi, babe.
Bye.
You're going to go get our food from upstairs.
Yeah.
We've just ordered some vegan burgers. But yeah, it's just been a wonderful week, actually. I'm really proud of myself because I think I am the sort of person who has a tendency to overschedule in my life, to throw in a bunch of play dates and extracurricular activities. And now that sort of COVID's easing up here in Los Angeles, life is going back to normal in some ways. And my old self would just jump at all those opportunities and organize all the things. But I've been very mindful about not jam-packing my days full of stuff. So it's been nice just having a bunch of cruisy time here. I was able to work on Lovewell this week extensively. We're excited about our rebrand and a bunch of new exciting things happening with my company. Physically, I'm feeling so much better this week. I'm not as fatigued. I'm not as achy. I'm not having any of the shooting pains up my legs. One thing I've noticed this week is even though my body feels much better physically, I have a little bit of vertigo. Mark he believes that it could be because of the earplugs that I wear at nighttime. I wear these silicone earplugs. I just can't sleep without them. I have to wear earplugs, and I usually start the night off with an eye mask, but it typically ends up falling off at some point during the night. He thinks that maybe there's something going on because of that. I think it's probably because I have lower blood pressure. So when I get up fast, I get dizzy. I've walked into a couple of walls, sort of just lost my balance a little bit. I don't think that really has much to do with getting bigger and the baby. I think it's just more to do with just being a little bit lightheaded, and I assume it'll figure itself out, but if it doesn't, then I'll start really looking into it and trying to approach it from a holistic standpoint to figure out how to help with that issue. It's not debilitating. It's just something I'm noticing. I'm like, ooh. We've been doing some homeschooling this week. I feel so great after my time in Palm Springs. I just feel like we're really in flow here. We have the 4 kids on our own. So it's just every day's a bit of a juggle. So in the mornings, Mark will get up and do breakfast, and I'll be with the kids doing activities. Today we did some schoolwork. I printed out some sheets from this company called Twinkle, which is really great if anyone homeschools. Printed out a bunch of sheets, and Bodhi sat down and did some of those, and we've been utilizing this app called Reading Eggs, and Forrest is 4 and he's just starting to read, which is really cool, seeing him read and put all the letters together. So those 2 things have been really helpful. And then painting, that's been a really big activity at our house recently. I just went and bought a bunch of new kids paints, and I just set them up outside, and all 3 of them love doing art projects. So we've been doing a lot of that, which has been so lovely. And today I actually joined them and I painted something and put the baby's name in and sort of incorporated her into the day. And they're just being so sweet. Forrest in particular, we can't stop talking about Forrest, because Forrest in particular is just, I don't know if he's just hit a flow. He's now 4 and is he 4.5? Yeah, he's almost 4.5. He's just being so beautiful and loving and having amazing listening ears, like no pushback. He's just, you tell him that it's the end of his device time and he's like, okay, mum, and he gets off. He's just being a total angel. And speaking of devices, I don't know about you guys, but in COVID, just during the pandemic, our kids had so much more screen time than usual. We used to do no screen time until the weekends. And even on the weekends, it would be more of a special treat. Then we went to them asking multiple times a day, and it would end up being a few hours a day. But now I've decided to scale it right back, and they get an hour a day during the week on weekdays, and then during the weekend they'll get 2 hours of screen time. So that could be a movie and a little bit of iPad time. So that's actually been working really well, and I've been putting that boundary up. So they get 30 minutes in the morning, and then they can have their 30 minutes at night time. And it goes quite quickly. And there's a part of me that feels bad about it because adults are on our screens all the time. But they have such big imaginations and so many things to do. And they play so well together. They're just such a beautiful little unit that I just want to encourage that more, because they're so wonderful together and they have such big imaginations, and I love the worlds that they create. It's really special to watch that as their mummy. And also it gives me time because they have each other, they play. We have a little downstairs playground in their bedroom where the boys sleep. And so they'll either be playing down there, or they'll be in the sandpit, or they'll say, let's all jump in the pool. And it's just been lots of really beautiful family time, which is exactly what I want to do in the last 14 weeks of this pregnancy. Is just spend time, our little gang, before the dynamic shifts again and we welcome another member into our family. So I'll show you my belly. I'm wearing a dress again, so hopefully I don't flash you. My knees are still so sore from my little incident. Here's my belly. Just do this. Here's my belly. So it's quite big. She's moving so much. Here it is. Oops. I flashed you and the phone fell down. But yeah, she's moving a lot, and the same kind of times at nighttime. The moment I stop is when I can feel her, which is really sweet. But of course, during the day when I'm go, and with the kids, I think the movement of my belly is rocking her to sleep. But, you know, just being really conscious of her movements and making sure she's okay in there. And yeah, I'm feeling really good. My melasma's come back. Pregnancy melasma. It's all up into my hairline this time, which I didn't have last time. Last time I had sort of just a big brown patch right here, and now I've got the patches here, and I feel like I'm getting them here a little bit as well. But my friend Lara had really bad pregnancy melasma as well, and she was able to get it lasered off after she stopped breastfeeding. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to go eat a burger and some fries and a milkshake, because that's what you do when you're pregnant, right? And then I'm going to tour a school here for Bodhi. So this one's a bit of a short one. There was not much to update this week. Just, yeah, that's it really. I hope you're all doing well and feeling good if you're pregnant. And I'm sending you loads of love from the Hollywood Hills to wherever you are in the world. Mwah.